It's the Brian and Kindra Show with Brian Cook and Kindra Cox of Advanced Real Estate Advisors.
I'm Kindra Cox.
And I'm Brian Cook.
Between the two of us, we have 38 years of experience in real estate.
Sharing real estate tips and advice right here on Classic Hits 107.3.
Hey, it's the Brian and Kindra Show. We are with Advanced Real Estate Advisors, spreading the good news about real estate.
Okay. We are your guide to local real estate.
Yes.
Who are you?
I am Nathan Holliday, and I am the new growth strategist here at Advanced Real Estate Advisors, and I am here to fill time on today's episode.
Yes. Well, we were talking about...
Is that what you call him when he's not sitting with us?
He's just a time filler.
That's the last thing Brian needs,
Yeah.
to be honest.
All right. So Nathan, actually, you have joined real quick. Let's just do that because we keep referring to you. We used to get to refer to Branson all the time. And sometimes we'll still get to harass Branson and refer to Branson, but we've taken a little different strategy with the way that we're doing our podcast and our radio show and our Facebook stuff. And some of that is because of you. You're helping us to implement some new things to help us to to find some time for our families.
Yeah.
Brian likes his and
Yeah, I mean, a part of my job is...
just kidding. My family's changed and I'm super excited
More
and I
time
want
with
more
your
time
family.
with my family.
More time to smoke meats.
Yes.
Maybe play golf. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's a part of my job, and it's really just to increase. And so one of the ways that we can do that is to just be better with our time. And so we have started to record these episodes in bulk and push them out still live on Thursdays at 5:30 on the radio and on Facebook Live. But
I'm glad you said that because I have more than one shirt.
yes, but now see, people know now. People know, they're like, oh, I saw her wearing that last week. Yeah, I knew it.
No,
last
I
week.
have actually done that too, but
Yeah, we're not like that, on top of the ball where it's like, okay, did you guys bring your 3 outfits? Okay.
Yes.
we will be next time because it really bothered me a while ago.
Oh, it did.
When we
took
took
my
our
jacket, the first one, I thought, well, I could put my black jacket on.
I was so
Listen,
jealous
we
of
need to
you.
get you jackets that just reverse.
Yes.
So it's the same jacket, but it just has like a different inside.
You told me you were going to wear that one colorful shirt every time for
Oh.
podcasts.
That's right.
Y'all could have worn your matching
Our
shirts
fruity
and I'd have
shirts.
been over here in my brown.
Dang it.
It's so glad that didn't happen.
Those are really fun.
They're awesome shirts. It's going to happen.
Someday
Well,
we're on the same
I don't think
thing.
I've ever seen you in anything but black.
That's right. It's because it's easier than going to the gym.
Noted. Can we pause? I need to change. Okay. All right. So anyway,
It's a nice
you have
hat.
a new role here with us, but you are definitely taking a new role with the Brian and Kindra show.
Yes.
And that is a nice hat, Advanced Real Estate Advisors. Did you
Thank you.
design that?
No, Brian did.
But that is the one you picked, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's
Me
black.
too. I mean, kind of.
It's
I
nice.
can't even say like my heart, but yeah. Anyway, super great to have you here. But
Thank you.
we have you here for a specific reason. So on our show, we try really hard to provide some valuable insight and some practical tips about all things real estate,
Yes.
especially local real estate. But this one's a little bit bigger. We want
Yes.
to talk about older homes.
Yes. And I live in an older home.
What year was your home built?
I believe it was either 1933 or 1935.
That's close enough. Near 100.
That's the first time it was built.
Well, it hasn't been rebuilt.
All right, so it was built in 34, 35, and then we were discussing earlier that we are pretty sure that there's some add-ons
Oh,
to your house.
there's definitely add-ons.
So I want to say that because we're going to get into some different things, and that's going to come up. But when we were talking about the show and the exciting things that we wanted to talk about and share to provide a little bit of insight with buying older home. When we show an older home, it's a different ballgame than showing a newer home.
Yes.
And so you were like, I know this. And we're like,
Character.
here we
Has
go.
so
Let's
much
do it.
character. It's so unique.
There we go. Number one, the pros of an older home. Character.
I didn't even know that this. Well,
I know you didn't.
us.
That was like the perfect
us.
segue.
wow.
He's
Way
been
to
around.
go, Nathan.
right
That's
there.
why you're the growth specialist
Here we are.
and time filler. Okay, so character and charm. Your house does have some beautiful charm.
Thank you. Yes. It's got, it's like a Tudor style. It's brick. It's got archways and things that you just don't see anymore. We discovered recently it has all original oak floors in the living room and master, and it's so nice. Luke Shirley came in and renovated that for us and gave it new life, and we love it.
The
It's
pictures are
awesome.
incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, man, he did such a great job, and it's all old oak, and I'm not going to say it's scratch resistant, but it's pretty dang close.
I wanted to ask about that because a lot of times that's the first thing, I would say that is one of the first things when we show an older home, the customer goes, oh, I hope that it has wood floors. I'm kind of like terrified of wood floors because they look like maintenance to me.
They are. So there's no benefit without compromise. They're beautiful, but they can require some work. And depending on the finish and the color, they could show more dirt or not, or spills, anything like that. Like it's just going to require a little bit more. But the thing with carpet is allergens. So I sound awful.
So if we had a wood floor in here, you probably wouldn't sound like that.
Well,
kidding.
this is like the tight nap, so it's not that big of a deal. But we have carpet all throughout our house, and so that holds dust and allergens.
It does.
Hair,
It does.
all kinds of stuff, and so that's a compromise with carpets. Like, well, it looks
Right.
nice or whatever, but like
Feels
it's
good.
going to show stains like crazy, depending on the color and all that stuff, and it's also going to hold in all the dirt and the
That's why you get your carpets cleaned.
by.
By Woodward,
Woodward
Carpet
Carpet
Care.
Care.
I'm gonna make a
Do they
jingle one of these
sponsor
days.
us? If they don't sponsor us,
They probably pay
I'm
most
just
of the bills.
kidding.
I was gonna say, can we talk to the guy who runs
All
it?
right. Another character piece that we see a lot whenever we show buyers are the woodwork. We see the most beautiful woodwork in the older homes, and the door trims and on the floorboards. I love those super. I meant to say baseboards. I love the really wide.
Ornate. Yep, we have those, and we also have. I think they're brass. I want to say they're brass. Like on at least the first floor, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of our doors have the original hardware.
Do you really?
And it's
I love that.
Awesome. It has the whole skeleton key deal, and they still work, of course. And our bedroom door is like probably 100 pounds.
Right?
It's all there. It's and so it's just stuff that it's just not made the same. And Luke actually started refinishing those too, and he actually pulled the whole thing apart, refinished it, put it back together. He was like, "Dude, this is the simplest thing ever. Like, it's just."
That's cool.
And so it's awesome, but it's just one of those things that with mass production and all that just goes
Sure.
away because it's not, things aren't made like that anymore.
I don't know what these are called, and I can't remember if your house has these or not. I know your house a few years ago. I don't know it today. On the stairs, those little pieces that go into the corner, and basically they're to help when you're sweeping.
Oh, the
What are
little
those called?
dust protector deals.
Yes, those are so gorgeous. They're always like
ours
this little.
Don't have that.
Oh, those are so pretty.
Probably should get those.
I love when I see those in older homes. All right. So all kinds of different things like that provide different character. And we know that is the primary, that seems to be the primary motivator for buyers when they're
Yes.
looking.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yep. We have old house on the market, 407 Texas. Not us, but it's our office.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And they did a great year. They did a great job of keeping yesteryear, but also having today. Like it is really a cool
Well,
property.
so
That used to be in your family.
Yes. Yep. Chris and Callie used to live there, and they did an awesome job with that, and it's been even updated since then. And so
Right.
that's actually kind of it's a benefit and a drawback, a pro and a con with these older homes. Is like you have all this cool character. No two older homes are alike because
Exactly.
they've had a lot of life lived in them. They've had a lot of things done, and so it's not like a home that is like any other on the market.
Right.
But people still want it to be updated. They still want it to
Right.
be their style, their colors or anything like that. And so one of the issues, and I'm sure we'll get into this, is whenever you're renovating or wanting to do things, like you run into all the things everybody else has done. And your best laid plans may not happen.
But even that house is fun. I think you'll remember. I think you actually know it one owner before. So I remember it before Chris had it. And then the changes from that person to Chris, and then the changes from Chris to the current people. That is the way that it goes. I mean, it's like that in any home. Most of those, I think, are cosmetic.
Yes. Yeah.
I think most of those are not the things you're thinking of that we are definitely going to get to in a
Yes.
minute. Half baked,
Oh,
I think was a word you used.
man.
All right. So next up, established neighborhoods. A lot of times an older home is located in a well-established neighborhood. And here's what we hear. Oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful mature trees.
Oh.
That's what we hear.
I want to figure out how to date this tree in my yard. It's
Just ask it out.
Bobby would be so.
And here you are with the dad
Sorry,
joke.
Bob. I'm dating a tree now.
I was going with cut it down, count the rings. Okay, go ahead.
Like so literally this maple tree it's got to at least be like 100 150 years old. It is huge. It's as
He likes
wide
the
as my
molder.
truck. Why did you have me on the show again?
So much trouble. Okay, it's as wide as your truck.
Yeah,
Maple
it's
tree.
huge. It's gigantic.
It
So,
is.
like,
I know what you're talking about. It's by the driveway, isn't it?
Yep, it's on the south side of my driveway, kind of on like my driveway's really long and it goes towards the east, and I have a detached garage as well.
Right.
So it's huge, and we also have really big pine trees in our
Mm-hmm.
backyard, and we have one tree in our front yard that I would love to cut down, but it's never going to happen because all the leaves are really, 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 really tiny, and they like get down in like the window
Yes.
of the car, and so
But you can't cut down trees, especially in Woodward. We don't have enough.
well,
Yeah.
But mature trees, that's such a huge draw for people
is.
because, especially out here, we really don't have a lot
That's
of
true.
big, beautiful mature trees like that.
That's a pro, but it can be a con.
It can.
leaves.
It
It's
could
actually
totally
like,
be a con.
the coverage of my
sewer.
yard is an issue. Like having to rake up all those things because grass won't grow because it's literally like
Shaded year round.
Hello, fescue.
covered.
Yep.
You know, just put that turf stuff down.
Okay.
And just blow it off.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You got it.
Or call a guy like Brian Baker and have him redo everything.
Absolutely. He'd probably be like fescue, fescue, fescue.
Yeah, well, he knows like the science behind everything, and like he's working on a property over chiropractor's office
yeah.
over there, working on getting that all greened up, and he was telling me why he's doing all the things and
Plastic
make
and
things
cover.
germinate, and I was like, oh, dude, you need to come do my yard. So
Yes.
I'm calling him this week actually. So
Get you on that calendar before summer or before winter hits.
yeah,
The larger sized lots are a big deal.
I told you I'm going to fight you on that one.
So
that is a pro and a con.
pro and con. I go back to, I like a little more yard than some of these new spec houses like Shadow Creek.
Right.
But then on the other hand, I'm not home to mow anyway, so why would I care?
I think the opposite though. I feel like a lot of the older homes that we have been involved with don't have a larger lot.
Oh,
I feel like a lot of them actually, Texas, there's not a lot of yard
yeah.
on Texas. So that to me would be a major pro because I don't want a lot of lawn maintenance. I want a few pots and be done. Like I don't want to have to spend all my time doing work because I want to play.
yeah.
Comes right down to play. I want to be at home and play. I don't want to be at home and work. I do that here. And then when be done. So, but
play
I
here
feel
too?
like well, shots fired. All right, next up. So large lot sizes could be a pro, could be a con.
Be a con.
All right. Lower purchase price. I don't know
Depends
about
on the
that.
condition. Depends on the condition and all the upgrades.
The condition and comps in the neighborhood. I mean, because if you're going to outprice, I mean, there was a home in our neighborhood that was outpriced for the market, and it's still sitting on the market. You know,
Yeah, I think it's under contract, but yeah.
But we sold
been under
one.
contract.
Yes.
A bunch.
Yes.
But we sold one about a year, maybe 18 months ago. Older home, gorgeous home, lots and lots of history for our local real
Yep.
estate environment, and it sold very high and very well and very quickly, and multiple offers, if I remember correctly. So it really depends, like you said. It goes back to everything else, though. It depends on if there's a buyer. The right buyer is going to pay the right price. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep, and two, with again going back to point one, character and charm. Character and charm means all kinds of good and bad things. Like it also means that it's been pushed and pulled in just about every way it can be without having to knock
Sure.
out another wall. And so it's got to be the right fit for the right family.
Definitely.
And so
Moving walls in old houses.
the price, well, and that's a whole other deal too. Getting everything up to code. Oh my gosh,
That's a
I can't
con.
believe that. Yeah. So, but you have to definitely tailor your price to like know, like, oh, the things that we benefit from this house could actually be a drawback for
next
somebody
one.
else. And so, anyways, so
All right. I agree with what you're saying.
Yep.
Because it all depends on the family and who's going to move in.
Yeah.
Or not a family, maybe. All right, location. This is different than lot size. This is about, because it's an older home, that means it's probably where the town was originally centered. And so it tends to be that the older homes are located more in the central hub of the community. So your house, you're not real far from the grocery stores. You're not real far from some churches. You're not too terribly far from the walking trails. And I think that could be a major pro, especially we were showing some customers the other day and they said, we need to be close to, and that is a specific phrase that they used, but they needed to be close to lots of different things that they could walk to and be there very quickly. So I think that could be definitely a
it's
pro.
huge. It's huge. And I mean, the thing with my neighborhood is like the north side of my neighborhood has been there since like the 20s or something. And the south side got wiped out by the tornado in like 43. And so there's both new and old homes in this same place. 47. Sorry. I'm not from here. Forgive me.
I didn't catch it. And I'm only
So
kind
anyway,
of from here.
so yeah, I mean the location's a big deal, and I mean walking distance to the high school or the middle school or to all these different places. I personally like that I can leave my house and be anywhere in about 5 minutes.
Which is back
Definitely.
to small town living. That's why you moved to Woodward, America.
Yep.
I mean, it is. That's. I'm not centrally located, and I can be just about anywhere in 7 minutes. Just kidding. I don't really mention my time.
Especially in the morning. Just kidding.
Not this morning, for heaven's sake.
That dog.
Oh, that dog. All right, so let's talk
Somebody's
about
gotta
some
take the blame.
cons. Oh no, for reals. I was ready. I really was struggling with my animal this morning. Y'all, she can run fast. She can. She got long old legs, and she got a good stride. I'd like to get her in a race, but I feel like that might be, working on a gambling problem. Okay. I don't gamble. I don't know why I'm saying these things.
All right, cons. Speaking of Kindra and gambling, the cons of owning an older home.
You literally don't know where to go with that, do you?
Hard segue. I just feel weird. I'm sitting in the middle.
Oh, it's our favorite thing for guests.
Yes.
Awesome.
Who's
All right,
next?
So
You?
I'm going to go with, I'm next.
Okay.
This is what I always say. I love older homes. When I was young and had energy and stuff, I wanted an older home so, so bad. And my dad talked me out of my very first home and said, you do not have any business buying this. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to maintenance. You don't da, 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 da. And he was 100% right. It was not the right home for me at that time. But an older home requires more maintenance and repair than a newer home, particularly if they haven't already been updated or renovated. It's like, I feel like it's everybody's dream to move into an old home and make it fresh.
Oh, we're gonna
It's going to be great.
do all these things. I've watched Fixer Upper.
Yeah. I've watched this old house. I'm older than you.
There you go. I mean, it's not. I mean, there are things that you just aren't aware of that have taken place generations past, and decisions that were made that made sense for that family at that time that you inherit. And sometimes there's things you can do about it, and sometimes there's things that you cannot do about it. And so you kind of have to be willing to bend and break your renovation dreams.
Yes. So my mother's house, which is way old. So they moved dirt back in my stepdad's granddad homesteaded this place. They built the dugout first, lived in the dugout. Then
That
they
is old.
built a 2-room house. Then they added on two bedrooms. Then they added the bathroom in. The outhouse is still there.
Wow.
Then they added the kitchen on.
No, go back. I got to know. Do you still use it?
They use it for storage. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's all this all about now. Shirley, okay. I never thought this as a kid.
Okay, go ahead.
Put your toys up. Okay, so
There's so many more questions.
I had no idea we were going there, but that was fun. You're welcome.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so
So then they
Added on.
So they added the 2 bedrooms on. Then they added a bed. I'm not sure when the bathroom got added. Then they enclosed the porch, which I remember that. Okay, kitchen.
Okay.
And then when we were 13, 14, 15, my brother and I, we shared a 9-by-9 bedroom till we were 14. And then my parents added on a master suite, and they moved us into the master bedroom suite as we were 16, getting that old until we graduated. So it'd been added on so many times.
Wow.
And then my mom wanted to open the kitchen up because it was like all closed in. And so she had these contractors that said they couldn't, we can't take that wall out. We can't take that wall out. We can't take that wall out. I said, fire them. I'll be there in a minute. And we took the wall out. So there you go. So
this
things
is what
can be done.
happens when Brian disappears for a day or 2.
Yes.
Classic, bro.
So yeah, we opened it all up, and it's an old home that's all, of course, all new now. But you can feel the floors are different. The walls the ceilings don't line up. Like this one's like 3 inches lower than that one. It's just crazy. All the add-ons.
So you said something that I think takes us to another con, and that's functionality of some of the older
Yes.
homes. So a lot of times we see teensy tiny little bedrooms. You said
Yes.
9-by-9, which frankly
No
we've
closet.
seen that in some of the brand new houses that go on the market, but they typically have decent closets. So you had no closet, or we see very small closets, or we see really tight hallways or really tight stairways.
Which is an issue with appliances
Yes,
because they are made bigger now. And
without a doubt.
there is one way to get a fridge in and out of my house.
Backyard.
Through the double
Backyard
windows.
through a window.
Take your windows out, slide it through. Is that, no. Okay.
No, but
Been
I have
there.
a story
Evidently.
about this guy that do what?
There's 2 ways.
There's 2 ways. Well, Brian's way and then the
The
same
easy way.
person's way. Go through the back door. You take all the doors off. You take all the doors off the fridge and you
Right.
reassemble it in the kitchen.
Which happens a lot.
It's happened twice.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we see some functionality issues. I mean, legitimately. And I think the other thing functionally that has created some challenge because everyone is interested and sees more of the open floor plans. An older home tends to have a very closed off floor plan. Like the kitchen is here and there's a dining space here and there's a living room here and there's like a doorway or maybe a wide doorway, but you tend to be pretty closed off.
Yep.
And that feels almost non-functional to a lot of our families now.
Depending on what era your home was built in, yes. Yes, but all those craftsman style homes, it's pretty dang open. You know, like, gosh, there's one that we just shot a couple weeks ago over on Texas that is relatively open. You know, like you walk in, you're in the dining room, and there's a living space over to the left, which is fairly modern now. But if you wanted to open it up to the kitchen, you actually might be entering some like structural issues. So
Which is a con.
maybe not.
It gets tricky. So there's
one way
a
to
lot.
find out.
Yeah, let's just dig in and
It's
find
really
out.
expensive.
Do it wrong. Energy efficient. How energy efficient is yours?
I have all new windows, so
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
better. Yes, inherited that, thankfully. It is relatively energy efficient. We don't. I mean, I don't know what other people pay for electricity and gas, but I don't think ours is astronomical.
Sure.
Now, how well the air circulates to the second floor is another issue. So,
I think that's a common issue.
well,
Yes.
here's the one deal with my house too is when they did the add-on, the ceiling of the second floor is like sheetrock insulation roof. So when it's hot,
Right.
it is hot. So that's a problem.
It is. And I think one of the things to pay attention to when you're buying an older home, especially considering energy efficiency, is if it has the original windows and you're supposed to keep it. If it's historical district, you have to keep those.
If it's registered.
Okay. So keep that in mind because that could significantly decrease
think
your energy
Nowhere in
efficiency.
Woodward.
I think the one south of me they tried to put it on the historical register, but I don't think they did.
Because, yeah, once you get it on there, it's expensive.
It can be very
It
expensive.
still has the slate roof tiles.
Yeah, solid
Super
concrete
cool.
house. Solid. Guy that owns it. Grain elevator. built that. While they was building the solid concrete granular, they came out and built that.
There's more on Broadmoor that are solid concrete as well, which I thought would be energy efficient.
It's the 5 hours you spend in the kitchen mastering your famous recipe or spending quality time with your family. Other insurance companies may just see it as a house. It's not just a house, it's your home. Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Kevin Kanzler, and I see your home as the time and memories you put into them. I understand what your things really mean to you, and I'm here to help give them the protection they deserve. My office is located on the corner of 13th and Oklahoma in Woodward, or call me at 580-256-2216 for your home insurance today.
Well, we can do a science lesson, but the made-up science lesson. No, it holds the heat or the cool in. Once you get it cool, concrete's going to stay cool a long time.
So it's great.
Once it gets hot, it's going to stay hot a long time.
Interesting.
So
that kind of, it's like an ice chest or so to speak.
So if you have it, so if you get it cool inside, like if you had radiant floors, then you had concrete walls, wow, it would be pretty cool. But,
interesting. Thank you for that made up science. I meant that science lesson.
Yeah.
All right. What's next? Structural issues. This is one I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Every single time that we show an older home, the floors are wavy and people go, this thing is structurally sound.
Yeah.
That may or may not be true.
It gets older than your grandma. It's probably going to be here longer than your grandkids.
That could be an issue. I mean, thankfully, we don't have any of that to my knowledge. I mean, the house is settled in some areas, of course, but as far as foundation stuff, walking on something that it's like, oh wow, this floor feels really weird. Like that, there's none of that. So
right. I'm thinking about one in particular we were in a couple months ago, probably, and it had a lot of wavy floor. And I remember when it was on the market, I don't know, 7-10 years ago. And I remember showing my customers, and I had a really knowledgeable customer who said, this makes me anxious. I'll definitely get it inspected, but I think I can work with it either way. And my grandmother's home, super wavy floors, definitely not structurally sound. So it's just important. I think what I want to say with that is just almost everything can be fixed. Don't discount it just because it might need a little extra work.
yeah.
Let us help you, because this is what we do. Like we are your local guide to real estate. Let us help you find the right. I'm saying we. I really mean Brian. This is what you're really good at. Let us help you to find the appropriate people to help you to correct that, so that you can have the home that you want. Don't let it make you say no.
Yep. I mean, they can move the house. Where do you want it again?
I know, right?
So if they can move it, they can fix it.
Exactly.
So,
all right, outdated features. This is
well,
fun.
we're going to have another
Already?
show. So, this is the Brian Kindra Show. We're with Advanced Real Estate Advisors here in Woodward, Oklahoma. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch up with more tips and advice soon.
See ya.
Your new favorite, Classic Hits 107.3 KLSI Moreland Woodward. Tell a friend.
It's the Brian and Kindra Show with Brian Cook and Kindra Cox of Advanced Real Estate Advisors.
I'm Kindra Cox.
And I'm Brian Cook.
Between the two of us, we have 38 years of experience in real estate.
Sharing real estate tips and advice right here on Classic Hits 107.3.
Hey, it's the Brian and Kindra Show. We are with Advanced Real Estate Advisors, spreading the good news about real estate.
Okay. We are your guide to local real estate.
Yes.
Who are you?
I am Nathan Holliday, and I am the new growth strategist here at Advanced Real Estate Advisors. And I am here to fill time on today's episode.
Yes. Well, we were talking about.
Is that what you call him when he's not sitting with us?
He's just a time filler.
That's the last thing Brian needs, to be honest.
All right. So Nathan, actually, you have joined real quick. Let's just do that because we keep referring to you. We used to get to refer to Branson all the time, and sometimes we'll still get to